Today's story with Voice Tales. The Highway of Tears Murders. Along British Columbia's Highway 16, a stretch of road that winds through remote and picturesque landscapes, a haunting series of tragedies has unfolded. Dubbed the Highway of Tears, this route has become synonymous with the unsolved murders and disappearances of primarily Indigenous women, leaving families and communities devastated and yearning for answers. The timeline of these heartbreaking events stretches back several decades, with the first recorded case dating as far back as 1969. Since then, numerous young women, mostly Indigenous, have vanished or been found murdered along this desolate highway. The victims' ages have ranged from teenagers to young adults, each with their own dreams, aspirations, and untold potential. The disappearances and murders have had a profound impact on the affected families, Indigenous communities, and the nation as a whole. Loved ones have been left grappling with a deep sense of loss, unanswered questions, and a collective yearning for justice. The emotional toll is immeasurable as families navigate grief, uncertainty, and a quest for truth. The Highway of Tears cases have shone a spotlight on the broader issue of missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls in Canada. It has brought to light the systemic failures in addressing the safety and well-being of Indigenous communities, as well as the ongoing struggles with racism, discrimination, and socioeconomic disparities faced by Indigenous peoples. Efforts to bring attention to these cases, advocate for justice, and demand a comprehensive investigation have been driven by the families of the victims, grassroots organizations, and Indigenous leaders. Their tireless work has helped shed light on the inherent biases and shortcomings within law enforcement and the justice system, compelling calls for change and accountability. Despite ongoing investigations and the dedicated efforts of law enforcement agencies, many of the cases along the Highway of Tears remain unsolved. Families continue to search for closure and answers, their resilience and determination driving them to seek justice for their loved ones. The collective cry for action echoes through the corridors of power, demanding a response that addresses the root causes of these tragedies and prevents further loss. The Highway of Tears is a stark reminder of the vulnerability faced by marginalized communities, the disproportionate impact of violence on Indigenous women, and the urgent need for a comprehensive and coordinated response. It serves as a rallying call to address the underlying issues of inequality, systemic racism, and the historical injustices faced by Indigenous peoples. Thank you for listening.